Hello and welcome to one more episode of Get Set Go Beyond Sports with me, Sonali Gupta, bringing people in sports to you, their stories, their motivation, the inspiration, and what keeps them going to choose sports again and again every single day of their lives. Today we have with us a young girl, Stuti Saha. She's a national level fencer and also a national level swimmer who became active in both sports at a young age and has represented her state and educational institution on the national level. It is a pleasure to introduce to you Stuti Saha. When you were growing in your school
Hmm.
days and then up to your college, when you started the sport, and like you had very briefly mentioned that it was a good feel good factor for you. Can you elaborate a little bit more on how it actually helped you to grow as a person, as a teenager? What was the contribution of sports in your life so far?
So, actually, that's something I keep on saying. That's the entire it's like you could say the story of my life, ideally.
Right.
So, I started swimming at the age of 12. I was 12 when I started. It was very late, I know. But yeah, from 12 to 17 or whatever I achieved, I feel I have accomplished really well in the 5 years, 5 to 6 years. So for me, when I started sports, competitive sports all the more. So my when I was small, my mother had this thing that just to be go all out, get exposure to all sorts of activities. So I used to go for swimming classes thrice a week and go for gymnastics once a week. So that's how I was exposed to sports. And once I started taking up competitive sports, it was more like I had a freedom after school that, okay, I have something to look forward to apart from academics. So, yes, and that's something it was like a push factor for me to look at after school and the pull factor, you can say. So that's something that's how I started off with swimming. I never looked at ki I have to achieve and go up till nationals or something or get a medal at the nationals. It was more like I want to do it. I want to enjoy the sport, be in it, be in that moment. So yeah, and over the period of time, I learned a lot of things. Like sports has actually taught me how to be disciplined in life.
You
Like,
mentioned taking up fencing when you were in college, as a part of your college games. And swimming and fencing are two very different sports. How
yeah.
did you manage to sort of get yourself prepared? Or was it that, how did you sort of, being a sports person, easier for you to adapt to another sport? And what kind of fencing did you, field of fencing did you participate in? So what's next now for you? Do you think you would like to go into Khelo India or probably take on the sport
Um,
at more higher levels?
So I don't think I'll be able to get into come back to sports at a competitive level anymore because I'm 21, going to turn 22 in 6 months, and I have so last year when I went to Khelo India, I was extremely happy, and so it was the same time during last year February March I had to make a decision of what I wanted to do after my graduation. So I was applying to a lot of foreign universities for my masters in psychology.
Do you think now with the new mindset, like we have an Olympian in fencing for the very first time in India, we have we have girls who've now got into shooting. They have been selected for various other sports. Somebody we just heard recently got selected for sailing, right? So,
Yeah,
we kind of
made
are hearing of so many women and young girls. Obviously, women right now currently because there's a whole lot of girls getting selected, but then boys, men, all of it. Um, do you think now, going forward, the mentality of Indian parents to shift from this whole education based into, yes, there could be a career in active sports, in playing sports, in pursuing sports, that you think can be done? And also, while you are a sports management student, aren't there like how many more areas of sport are actually of being involved in sport are now open to you, which is probably limited to only playing sport?